Hi folks, today is Friday the 23rd of November 2012 and this is the first in a series of videos that I will have reviewing local restaurants. The Greater Moncton area is not a huge city, but it's big enough and we've got some nice restaurants that are coming to town. I just want to review the latest one because it's fresh and we just ate there, Moxies. Moxies opened their doors recently in the north end of Moncton. It's the first Moxies in this area, so a lot of people were excited about it. I'll just give you my experience, and keep in mind that this is just my own experience based on the thousands of restaurants that I've been to. The initial experience, the first impression that I had was the building was very nice, very modern, state-of-the-art. You walk in and you're greeted by at least 5, 6, 7 people sometimes. Everybody's dressed in a certain way and they're very sexy. The men are very sexy, the women are very sexy, everybody's sexy. I don't know what it is with the sexiness.
Look at my sexy body. That's
kind of their thing. Everybody talks about Moxies and the first thing that everyone says is, oh yeah, did you see what they look like? It's true. I'm not, that's definitely a point. My wife and I were in, we weren't distracted. The lovely lady that served us was an attractive server. Not the most skilled server that I've ever had in my life. But she did her best. The service itself, I wasn't completely overwhelmed by. They didn't bring us water when we sat down. They didn't bring us bread or buns or whatever the normal, what you would expect in a restaurant like that. I did find they put us near the kitchen and it was noisy and there was a lot of traffic, but that didn't really bother us, to be perfectly honest with you, because we expected that. Food was actually pretty good. The ribs, I had ribs, the ribs were okay. They did fall right off the bone. They were tender, they were very, very good. There wasn't a whole lot on my plate. Well, there was a lot of ribs, but other than that, there wasn't a lot. There was a big chunk of broccoli. But like I say, in the Maritimes, I guess we're expecting that there's going to be more on our plate. We're expecting there to be buns and all kinds of things that come to the table, or bread, whatever. That didn't happen. There wasn't even water. In fact, there wasn't even cutlery when we first sat down, but I just kind of chalked that up to them being new, and I'm hoping that that will change. The service was again, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because it was new. I could see there was a lot of miscommunication going on. It was almost distracting because the management was sort of coaching and training their staff as they went, and you could see a lot of people kind of humming and hawing, and there were a lot of mistakes being made. Our table, when we were done a plate, it disappeared. When we were done a drink, it disappeared. Another one was put down. That was pretty good. They did come to our table about 20 times though, which was sort of, after a while, a little annoying. How was your meal? How's your steak? How was it? You expect them to come 2 or 3 times at the very most, but to come, I would, without exaggerating, I would say it was at least a dozen times. The dessert was absolutely amazing. So the dessert was the highlight of the meal. And I'm not a big dessert eater, but it was pretty good. My wife had steak. She gave me a bite. Steak was fantastic. It was steak. It was good steak. The washroom, apparently, I didn't go in the washroom. My wife did, and she took pictures. That's how good it was. Not of people in the washroom, but of the washroom itself. Fireplace in the washroom, TV in the washroom. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful building. The architecture, the layout, the design, beautiful. Nothing wrong with that at all. I did find that they had a lot of workers as compared to the amount of people that were in the restaurant, but again, it was brand new. We're going to reserve our final opinion until it's been open for a little while. But based on our first experience, I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. Again, take that for what it's worth. Compared to some other restaurants in the city that have it down, they've got the service part of it down pat. Again, they lose most of their points on the service side of it, just not being quite up to par just yet. But Moxies is okay. The food is not bad at all. Let me just lay this out for you. No matter how attractive the staff is, if they are incompetent, not to say that they were, but if they don't do their job properly, and if the food isn't good, it doesn't matter how good looking the staff is, you're not going to go back. It is nice when you're there and it's good looking guys and good looking girls that are serving you. It's okay. I don't care what they look like when they put that food down in front of me. It's the food that matters. So that's just my own personal opinion. 7 out of 10. There you have it. So I'm not sure what we're going to review next, but you can be sure that there's going to be a lot of restaurant reviews on here. And until next time, this is Jason Capson, signing out.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. Chili.